Hello, my name is Chance Bingen, Senior Escalation Engineer for Virtualization with NetApp Worldwide Service and Support. When you have an issue and need to open a case, do you find yourself thinking, why do they ask so many questions? My core message to you today is that our questions help us understand and address the needs of your business. In this short video, I'll discuss 3 big reasons as to why it's important to understand why support asks so many questions. Real people understanding the issue, understanding the impact of the issue, and using NetApp support tools. But before we dive into the 3 reasons, I want to ask, have you talked to Elio yet? Elio, powered by IBM Watson, is your intelligent digital support assistant. His artificial intelligence, or AI, training data comes from thousands of support cases that are curated by subject matter experts in each of NetApp's verticals, which I'll talk more about in a moment. If you haven't tried asking Elio a question yet, I'd encourage you to do so. The more questions he gets, the smarter he becomes. Now let's dive into the agenda. First up is real people understanding the issue. NetApp's support organization is composed of technology-based teams that we call verticals. For example, I'm part of the virtualization team, and we're responsible for most of NetApp's hypervisor integration products. Other teams include, but are not limited to, core operating system for ONTAP software, SAN and NAS protocols, networking, hardware, Windows backup applications, Unix backup applications, the SolidFire team, the E-Series team, and so on. Subject matter experts in each field help create the workflows that are used by NetApp technical support engineers when you engage with us. These workflows, which often contain the questions that we need to ask, help us get to the root of the issue. Sometimes these questions might be, what version of ONTAP are you using? Or what version of Linux is that? These types of questions might be used to validate the configuration. NetApp has an extensive interoperability group that is responsible for testing components to ensure they work well together. If we find a problem in testing, we'll make a note and ensure that this configuration does not get posted to the Interoperability Matrix tool, or IMT for short. Again, my core message to you is that our questions help us understand and address the needs of your business. Next, I want to talk to you about understanding the impact of the issue. It is always NetApp's goal to make sure your case gets the most appropriate level of attention and the most appropriate resources possible. To ensure that these things happen, both initially and throughout the life of the case, we will ask you questions about the business impact of the issue. For example, is this a critical issue for a national service with millions of customers that are unable to use it? Is it a financial application with regulatory compliance requirements and potential penalties? Or are you just asking a simple question such as, how do I change my password? While we seek to understand the impact of your business, we also want to ensure we set a communication cadence that meets your needs. As Ryan Jackson mentioned in the previous video, we'll also ask you questions about your availability, preferred communication method, and when to set the next expected touchpoint. Again, my core message to you is that our questions help us understand and address the needs of your business. Lastly, we might ask you for information that we can use with our internal tools to solve your issue. Or we might use NetApp Active IQ, which is what you might have previously known as auto support. We might even ask you to run one of several data collectors that we can use to see the issue with more granular detail than might otherwise be possible. To recap, today I talked about 3 big reasons why we ask so many questions. Real people understanding the issue, understanding the impact of the issue, and using NetApp support tools. Based on what we've talked about today, I want you to remember this message. Our questions help us understand and address the needs of your business. The next time you have an issue with your NetApp products, I want you to be confident that all of the questions we ask you have a purpose and a direct benefit. As we wrap up this video, I also want you to remember that I mentioned Elio, which is powered by IBM Watson, your digital support assistant. He just might have the answers that you're looking for too. Be sure and watch the next video in this series, in which Jeremy Ward, Technical Support Manager, will discuss how NetApp handles support escalations. Thank you for watching.